Hey everyone, welcome to my BattleBlock Theater Jumpless Challenge. I guess I might need a second player to get past the first obstacle. Okay, so nobody wanted to play with me as like a joke. There's a couple of jokesters, honestly. So yeah, no one's controlling the second player. Maybe I can use them as like a platform though. Now that you're over there, grab me while I run at you. Oh, I've got an idea on how to get up there. Throw out an acid bubble for me to bounce off of. Oh, hold on. I've got to take this. Stay there. Hey?
Oh, hey, have you ever heard of BattleBlock Theater?
I've never heard of that game.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if you could help me with the jumpless challenge.
I mean, I could buy it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes! The prologue and first stage do a great job of introducing the basics of the run. We already have all of our weapons. I got mine on the Steam Marketplace, but Sample didn't. He's a dirty cheater. Among all of them, the best and most versatile is undoubtedly the Forceball.
First up, we got Force Blast. Where we dropping?
It's pretty good, but
that's all reliable.
which is better than pretty alright.
It's definitely better than pretty alright. What's the jump? You just jump with it. That's all.
Yeah, it's basically it's just jumping, but I mean, don't worry, it doesn't trivialize everything, just most of it.
We promise it's actually like not that good. Probably the best, I would have to imagine. But
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, anytime when we're in doubt, it's Forceball.
That's true.
It's just jumping.
It's just like it's not though. It's not jumping.
It's better.
It's significantly better.
This gets thrown out in an arc, but if we're next to a wall when using it, we'll get blasted upwards and arc in the opposite direction. So as useful as it is, it won't be a catch-all solution in more cramped areas, or if there isn't a block at a good angle to blast off of. But the most powerful tool in our arsenal, which is greater than any weapon, is teamwork. We can have one player throw the other to get them up small gaps and across moderate horizontal distances. From there, we have some options to get the other player to the same area, like grabbing them, but the best option is usually just to self-destruct by farting to teleport near the other player. That's a very simplified explanation of what's actually happening, as I'll talk more about later in the video. Sample's video will go even more in depth on an insane strategy we found to store respawn points for a level where the exit is at the start, and we can't get back unless I stay there for most of the level. So be sure to check out his video on this challenge after this. Or if you watched that one first, watch it again. Throwing can get a little more complicated with bomb blocks that explode a short amount of time after touching them. So we're gonna have to run at the same time?
Yeah, we both go.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent. Alright,
Teamwork. Who wants to die? You? Alright, nice. Teamwork.
Take that guy with me. Alright. Excellent. We live. No.
Right.
No! Stop! Beat him up.
Beat him up! Get him! This guy jumped!
Gobi, you jump.
Another way we can move each other is by sliding into the other player for a shorter distance than throwing if we need to land somewhere close by. This is also the first level that gives us a power-up that replaces jumping in the form of a jetpack. Normally, you activate these by jumping and then pressing the jump button again to use it midair. You can still activate it midair while falling without jumping, but since it uses the jump button, Sam and I didn't want to end up like the last guy who jumped, so we banned using it and the wings. This will make most sections where you're supposed to use them much harder, since the game expects us to cross even larger distances, yet it doesn't really affect this particular level. There's one sort of tricky part where I need to use the boost from exiting a teleporter to cross a 1 block high obstacle alone, but the rest is easy. Later, we run into the first boat section of the game. Boats are the worst obstacle in this challenge, since the only way to get out of them is to jump. You may see the problem here. Of course, if we don't take them, we'll just drown in the water. Sam will be the one to talk about most boat sections. I'll come back to this one once we discover a certain trick that will help us pass otherwise impossible sections like this one. 1-7 is the first level with a secret exit. Once you enter one, you're teleported to an easy room where you only need 3 gems to leave like any other level. This secret is right next to the start, so it's pretty much a free win for us.
Dude, you think I am? You think I'm not some sort of gem picker-upper?
No, I wouldn't. I didn't want to assume, but I did assume that. Yeah.
Wow. Actually, I'm having trouble a little bit.
this one's
I'm very
great.
okay with exiting the level.
Finales are levels at the end of each chapter that are not only more difficult than regular ones. The worst part for this challenge is that they're timed, where we lose if we run out. This hasn't been relevant enough to bring up until now, but you probably noticed that since we can't jump and all, we go through levels much slower than a casual playthrough would. Many setups we use to clear obstacles also require both players, so we'll need to be playing together very efficiently to beat most of these. For the first one, we can make our way up until we get to a gosh dang boat section already. Like the last one, there's a low ceiling in the middle of it, which is what makes strategies we use in other ones that Sam talks about in his video not work here. So again, we'll come back to this one later. 2-6 introduces a new usage of our already best weapon. Usually, when you try to use a weapon on the other player while next to them, the game will register it as a punch. However, if said player is ducking, the weapon will be used instead. This allows us to forceball into the other player, which has the advantages of not needing a wall to use it on, and it changes the angle of the blast to a mostly straight line upwards.
Blast me?
You can blast me.
Oh god, blast me! Wait.
You wanna just blast me?
Yeah, blast me.
Blast me to the right.
Blast me.
Oh, wait a minute. I think you just blast me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just blast me this time. I'll show you how it's done.
And then blast me?
There's a small boat section we can cheese by us slowly starting to understand the checkpoint system. What we know so far is that you don't need a flag to respawn, and instead certain safe blocks that a player has already walked on can have a dead player respawn on them. However, a player being on a block will usually stop the other one from respawning on it, and sometimes this can even apply to a greater amount of blocks, which just sucks for us since jumping would immediately solve this problem. But here's where things get weird. Sometimes a player can respawn on a single block while the other one is standing on the side of it. For some blocks it's a generous window, for some it's a magic pixel, and for others it's literally impossible and we do not know why. For now though, with us both up here, we can throw one of us over the laser. At the end, there are swooshies moving from left to right, with them blocking our blasts. We have a couple of ways to block them from moving, like standing on the corner of them, which allows us to make an opening for a blast and finish the level. The next one starts with even more of these, and there's an angle to blast from the ground, so we got stuck for like 20 minutes before doing a cool falling blast.
Next, we've got fire.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
what
man.
are you thinking of putting fire?
Well, let me just, making an executive decision.
What the heck? Oh my gosh. I don't even see it move on my screen.
Yeah, I don't
Just tell.
see it move. But there it is.
I mean, yeah, I think so. That
I
makes
mean,
sense.
it's so reliable.
I think, like, Force Blast is more applicable, like, across more levels, but fire is just, like, if you don't have fire, half the game is not possible.
Yeah, because there is a surprising amount of water in this game, so it saves us a lot.
And like surprisingly, spikes also for some reason.
Yeah.
Fire is just.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the speed run be like, oh, you can just walk on spikes while you're on fire, I'm like, dude, fire's OP.
All right, you can just do everything. Pretty much every single section in the game is just we can't throw. Forceball? No. Fire?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it literally is that.
And if it's not those two, then we're in big trouble.
Yeah, then we'll have to, like, actually use some of the other weapons in this game.
Oh god.
I know.
You hate to look at the other weapons.
Water sections without boats can usually easily be solved by setting a player on fire, then kicking or throwing them so they get extra distance before touching the water and getting bounced off of it from getting extinguished. The second finale of Chapter 2 has to start mostly waste time, with the only difficult section being a well-timed double boost off a lava block, so we can both run on the bomb blocks before they explode and throw a player. Then we reach the terrible ending with a ton of cannons and one block between each of them. We needed both players to move from block to block, as a single player can't do anything alone in this situation. We tried setting one player on fire and having them spread it to the other one by running into them, so we could both bounce off of the water, but the very limited time frame before dying from fire made it so the cannon shots would kill us indirectly by forcing us to wait for them to be out of the way. Eventually, we just stumbled upon the magic pixel that would let us respawn on the block a player set as the respawn point by touching, so we threw one player to the next one while they moved around to find it each time until we got the key.
Oh yeah. And then we're home free.
We're home free, go!
Thank you.
Wait, I can get
Let's
this
do it on the
gem!
bridge.
I can do
Oh,
it!
You can do it.
I can
Go.
do it! I got this!
Use what you've learned.
Use every technique.
It's just Forceball.
3.7 has the first section where not being able to use jump modifiers, in this case wings, really gets in the way. We can't simply blast ourselves up since we'd bonk into the blocks above us, but we can't easily move on the blocks to get into a better position for a blast either, since the blocks in question are bomb blocks and disappear. We can start using a new technique where we use weapons to explode bomb blocks without having to touch them ourselves. Utilizing this, we try to have Sam forceball the above bomb blocks and have me kick him to the lower set of bomb blocks for a better angle, only for him to bonk into yet more bomb blocks in our way. Did I mention you're supposed to fly here? No weapon can reach that high before the other blocks respawn, so we'll need a new angle. Since not all bomb blocks connected to each other explode at the same time, Sam can fall down the first one and blast off of the wall. This grants the perfect angle and height to get above the blocks and land on the spikes. Fortunately, there's a very small spot on the sides of these that you can land on that won't kill you. But now what? I'll just do the same thing to land on Sam and he'll bop me up and over the spikes. Then we've got some annoying blocks that constantly move. We just throw ourselves at it until things line up in a way where we can forceball past them. At least this level only has a wing section for moving vertically instead of horizontal. Dang it. Yeah, there's no way we're getting past all of this water with our current strategies. We'll have to come back to this one later too. Is 3.8 as difficult as 3.7? We don't know, it has a secret exit right next to the start. The next level needs us to get over this one block with a single player, since the second one is standing on a button to spawn a light bridge that blocks lasers, and the one block in question is spawning another one. This is where Sam uses his ultimate secret technique that no one knows about.
No, wait, hold on. You're not talking about the ultimate technique that nobody knows about right now, are you?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then we get to another wing section. The wings here are intended to be used to fly over spikes, but there just so happens to be a weapon that grants immunity to spikes. Fireball. While on fire, you can walk on spikes for as long as your now very short life desires. But what if you just didn't die like an idiot? Well, there's a glitch that speedrunners use that makes you permanently stay on fire without dying. To activate it, we just need to kick the player on fire during what we think is the frame right when they're supposed to die. It usually takes a few minutes to get working, but we don't have any time limit right now. This will keep us on fire with all of the properties that it normally has, including it being extinguished by water. Uh-oh. Now we have a way to walk on spikes. I actually need to get to them, so we can have Sam use an acid bubble and throw me to land on top of it, which will bounce me upwards and onto the spikes. Be careful since acid bubbles kill you if they touch you from anywhere but the top of them. Sam can keep blasting me up the spiky stairs, where I can forceball myself into a lava block to scale up the wall. I can do an angled bounce off of another lava block to cross the water by stalling myself in the air with an attack, and forceball myself to the exit. Also, fun fact, you cannot collect things while on fire, so we can't get any new weapons with this yarn. The most important tip I have is not to get up to do something while playing a game with Sam, unless you want this to happen.
What the heck?
What?
What?
Chilling.
How's he doing? It's the ultimate technique!
I'm crazy.
He's great. Oh, that's pretty good.
Get out of here. I almost did it. I was juggling.
In the finale, the only cool trick we use is turning off fans with weapons. The acid bubble frequently turns them back on, so Sam used the dodgeball here. 4-3 has a wing section that's just a little too high for a blast. We tried having the blasted individual use a forceball on the wall mid-blast, but the angle doesn't work. Acid bubbles have their weakness shown here, where they pop after being in the air for a little while. We'll need to use a new weapon to get past this, the dart gun.
Alright, it's nerf or nothing. Sorry, it's dart.
It's definitely nothing.
It's, let's just say it's over it exists, but under all reliable.
Yeah, that's a C tier.
It's like C tier every day of the week.
Definitely C tier. You'd really expect it to be better than it is, just because it's like a platform. But yeah, like you still have to like jump.
Yeah, you still have to get to it, and it falls after a short amount of time, so it's not like even helpful in a lot of situations since we go so slow a lot of the time since we can't like jump actually. So.
No, yeah, and like dart also just can't stick a lot of the times.
Yeah.
A lot of times it just like doesn't work, or like the block you're trying to stick to just is a special block for some reason. It just doesn't work.
But when it works, it's really cool, so.
It is cool. It also makes the best sound effect in the game.
Yeah.
It slaps someone on the side of the head. It's a pretty good sound.
Yeah, it's great. So I think you really talked it up, moving it to all reliable right now.
I don't know, actually. I think it's C tier, for sure.
Yeah, C tier for sure.
This shoots a dart that sticks to walls. It lets us create our own platform with the main weakness of falling after being stuck for a while. Sam will need to land on it on the first blast because of that, but after a few tries, he gets up there.
Okay.
Oh, big?
And then I'm
Big! Uh-oh, and then you're on a conveyor.
Fortunately, you can blast off of a spiky wall just before getting impaled. Then Sam can use his ultimate technique to finally get to the next area. We'll use vacuums to pull each other up 1 block distances and throw a rock up to the conveyor belt to finish the level. 4-5 has a light bridge we need to build, but all blast angles can't get us up there. We tried flame for the extra momentum bouncing off water gives, but found another use for dart where it lets us forceball at a new angle to get up there and set a checkpoint so the other player can help too. We also get a frog moment in this level.
we were playing Mario Party. As you can see, there's Toad. He's hard, and he also has got 9 stars.
No, man. He does.
I messed it up. Can I redo it?
Where we take advantage of its walk cycle as it sticks to walls and we'll walk around this laser block to let Sam stand on it before it explodes so he can force ball off of it. Then we get to the no good, very bad, terrible 4-6. The big problem here is that right at the start we need to move this box off of a button to spawn brown platforms to the right. We can throw one player over the first one, but then they can't get over the next one, trapping them in there. We tried everything we could think of, even an insane technique Sam talks about in his video, but nothing worked. We needed to look at this from a new perspective other than just our weapons. We'll need to mess with the map itself, specifically the block from before. Normally, you can't push them through clouds, but a weird quirk with them is that if the player holding it dies by an explosion, it gets pushed up one block higher. Since there's another cloud above me here, it moves it to the right one block as well, so we can bring it with us. We'll use this trick again and me as a platform to get it to the pillars. To get Sam on top of me, I vacuum him in a precise way from one block below me, where he can walk on my head, since normally when you run into a player, they just block your movement. To get it over the spikes, we'll move the block up again and have Sam on fire, so once he throws me, it'll spread and I can move it well on the spikes. We can place it in the middle of the pillars for a Forceball angle that gets us over the pillar, but on the spikes. But I mean, come on, that's easy. We can use Infinite Flame to be immune to them. I'm not gonna lie, we had an entire plan where Sam gets back to the button alone to press it, so I can land in the now available water, and get a precise bounce off of it to land on the purple block. This takes a ton of setup, so missing it feels devastating, and once I did, we notice there's a regular block, which the game might count as a checkpoint.
Please don't respawn me over there. Okay.
Okay, now all we gotta do is respawn you.
That's so goofy.
Why, though?
We also ride pigs later in the level, which jump randomly by themselves, so they fail the challenge, while we don't. Normally you get off of these by jumping like with boats, but pigs can also be forcibly dismounted by the other player attacking them. Here I can just kick Sam off and he can finish the level. 3-8 gets its revenge as we try to get a secret exit near the start for way too long, and then gave up and beat the level normally. Should I go down then?
Yeah, go down.
So I'll just let me see what I can.
No!
Okay, too close. Yeah.
Punch
Okay.
me. Ah, that just kills. We could also do like the actual level.
That sounds hard.
Oh, here's the exit. Oh yeah, we definitely didn't need to do.
Oh
this
yeah,
at
for
all.
sure. What are we doing? Blasting?
I'll just
Blast
blast
me?
you.
So easy.
All right. I don't know what that level was.
What the heck?
That level was not designed with blasting in mind, I don't think.
The finale starts with a section I was thrown into, but we both need to be inside to advance. Unluckily, there are no respawn spots or pixels for Sam to teleport over. However, I can forceball myself into the air, and if Sam dies while I'm in the air, I no longer prevent him from respawning on this safe block. After a weird teamwork section with buttons, we have swooshies blocking our forceball angle, which is just a matter of us spamming it until it works and resetting if it takes too long. Then, we've got another time-consuming section with cannons and toast blocking our escape. We just need to hope a throw lines up and the toast doesn't attack to interrupt self-destructing so both players can reach the next area. Lastly, a conveyor belt moving against us with rocks on it blocks the exit. We can put the rocks on top of each other at an angle to stop all of them from moving, and have Sam kick me to finally finish that awful level. 4-5-1, we both need to get on caution blocks above the water that don't count as safe since they can disappear. I kick Sam once he's on fire, so he can get a little extra distance, and if all goes right, I'll be just close enough for him to pull me up. Then we move forward together while bouncing off of the water and from block to block.
These claws are actually kind of concerning now that I'm looking at them.
Yeah, these claws aren't cool.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind, dude. What the heck are you talking
Not a
about?
problem at all. Not even close to a problem. I don't even.
What problem? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Sam also uses a trick to skip the jump usually required to get up a climbing rail, where you just spam up and the direction you want to land, in this case left, to dismount without falling back down.
Is it fire again?
It is fire.
I'll
again.
kick you.
Yo, what a strat.
What's up here?
What a crazy
Yo, what a crazy, never before seen strat.
mean,
Fire again, I guess? Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, a bit of a crazy one this time.
We're going a little wild on this one. We're getting a little.
You
wacky
put this
with
in the
it.
video. We went crazy with this one.
Yeah,
Oh, we
just
were
go
both
like,
up there? Okay, we just, all we have to do is, blast me,
blast.
and then we're good.
Okay.
What does this get rid of? Platforms
Every other
ahead.
second is like fire blast. Fire.
Yeah,
blast.
it's literally fire blast.
you
You wanna fire me again? That'd be pretty crazy.
5-4 has a button that despawns brown blocks. To get to it, Sam just keeps sending acid bubbles until one of them gets through the disappearing and reappearing blocks. Once on, the problem is that I need to temporarily get off of it and immediately back on. This would allow Sam to forceball off the caution block that spawns while I'm off the button, but not bonk his tiny head on caution blocks above him that disappear while I'm on the button. This is where a niche mechanic of the dart gun comes into play. If you stick it to a wall you're standing next to, it'll knock you into a falling animation, and while that animation is playing, I'm not on the button anymore. This gives just enough time for Sam to forceball the caution block and land me back on the button to make the other ones disappear. Guys, don't tell Sam about this. Uh-oh. This level also has the perfect example of us overcomplicating a situation. We spent like 5 minutes trying to bonk Sam up through this cloud, only for me to finally realize a simple blast would get someone up. Personally, I would never miss a simple solution.
Oh.
Like it doesn't. Which is very strange.
Oh, we
I'll
might
just
need
toss
to
you.
do a... That works.
One of these.
One of those.
I promise someone usually notices the simple solution faster. 5-5 is only difficult because of the end, but oh boy is the end difficult. There are only temporary platforms and water for a long time before getting to the exit. We tried both moving forward while bouncing off the water with fire and constantly reapplying it, but even with perfect execution, that would leave one person alone and unable to apply fire to themselves right at the end. To get past this, we needed a brand new trick with infinite flame. Sure, you'll lose the flame when you touch the water, but what if you don't touch the water? That sounded more coherent and cool in my head. What I mean is when a player extinguishes their flame, they can infinitely get it reapplied if they touch someone on fire, then water, fire, water, fire, etc. Theoretically, this can be used to have that player walk on water, with the only problem being that the player above them and on fire quickly dying. But if that player is infinitely on fire, with, I don't know, some kind of technique where they permanently stay on fire without dying, this problem can be solved. I introduce a trick we like to call firewalking.
So you are on top and I'm on the bottom.
Yeah, so we can like stay still at the start safely, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah. Wait. Okay, but this is the problem.
yeah. Do we just do it like a 3, 2, 1?
And what are we gonna do? Hold it though?
I
like-
guess we just.
Like we would have to
Uh,
stop right at before the exploding blocks,
Yeah.
right?
Do you want to try that?
Okay, we
Alright,
should probably say
Do this
like
one-
we should probably
uh,
say after like a rotation instead of 3, 2, 1. I think would be better. So then we'd have
Oh,
as
yeah,
much
yeah,
time as
yeah.
possible.
So yeah, we just hold left after after one of these. So let's start holding left now. Go 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 go.
Okay, we can move forward a little bit.
Be careful, be careful, be careful. This is so stupid.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay. Let's do
Hold left.
this one. Go 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 go.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
That's so cool.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is.
Wait, that was weird.
fantastic.
Did you see that? I didn't. I
both of us
respawned. I
died
didn't
on
hit
it.
the end. We both died, and then I
Yeah, both of
respawned
us.
at the end because we already hit it.
Yeah.
That
we
was
both
really
died.
cool, though. I can't believe that actually worked.
That is such a cool trick.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Oh
5-6 has a cannon we need to get around into the other cloud that annoyingly isn't a respawn point, while the one on the left is. We're not surprised by this point, but still. Since we both need to get here, we take the bottom path with fire bouncing us from one cloud to the other. We can simply throw one player from there.
Alright. Oh, no!
We can simply kick one player from there. Then we have another wing section with a lot going on at once. There are spikes all over the place, so you already know we're infinite flaming. We also encounter a new enemy that is by far the worst type in the game, the robot. Not only does he have a ranged one-shot missile, he also can't actually die. We can damage him enough to temporarily disable him, but he'll quickly get back up and start shooting again. So Sam will throw a grenade at him before falling down, and once he's recovered, bank an acid bubble off the wall to disable him again, and Forceball to the other side, which is thankfully just out of his range.
can you
He's
not land
kicking
on
me
it?
too
Okay.
far.
That's messed up. Uh-oh, move out of the way. Oh my gosh.
Right in front of the exit are brown and blue caution blocks, switching between which color is on or off. We tried blasting, but since we need to do it while the brown is off, we just end up bonking the blue blocks every time. We tried firewalking, which might have some crazy angle that the player on top can forceball, but we found a much better strategy. And by much better, I mean slightly less nerve-wracking to do, where messing up means reapplying Infinite Flame to both players each time. Sam sticks a dart to the wall and throws me on it. I fall into the water, and while getting the bounce from being extinguished, Sam shoots out a forceball to angle the explosion in a way I don't bonk under the exit, and from there I can easily get to it. 5-8 has a section where we take advantage of a player being able to stand on the other one drowning, which lets Sam get a forceball angle where a perfectly timed air stall gets him in the teleporter. We also discover why sometimes the height a player gets blasted by the other one changes. Normally, if you hold a direction, you'll be stopped by a hitbox that's larger than the player when trying to run into them. But if that player falls or bounces in front of you instead, they can get closer to each other than they would be able to otherwise. This increases the force of the blast and lets me land on a higher platform to get through a difficult section. I'm going to let this clip of the Chapter 5 finale speak for itself.
Oh.
Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Whoa!
wait, what?
Okay, we're going, we're gaming.
Okay.
Okay, that just worked.
How did that even happen?
I don't know, kick me.
I don't know, just go.
I'll wait for an exhortation. And then you just force ball. Easy.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
I got fire.
What's the plan here?
you have-
Okay, I want to be on
Alright.
this side, and then you blast me while I fall on to that one? Or this one?
Blast, I'm firing.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. You want me
I'll
to...
fall onto the second platform. Oh, yeah, and then...
Uh,
No,
uh,
the platform is decent.
it's
Okay, so
RNG
fine.
with the
We'll
plat.
get it eventually. Oh, no.
We got this.
Fine. It's easy.
Oh, please, no! The RNG! No!
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Nice.
It's fine. We got this, we got this.
We got this. I think we got this.
Go, go, go.
No, this saw. I should have done a hit. I got this. I got this. I got this.
It's fine, it's fine. We got it, we got it.
Yes.
No! So, it's fine.
We don't got this.
Come on, come on, let's go, just go. No. Alright, no, I'm all the way up.
What are you doing up there, dude? No! Go! Go! I'm clapping too. Let's put that in the video. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that.
In 6-4, we can make the rocks into an onyx to stop them from moving. Here, we need an angle where they stop in the middle so we can stand on them.
No, that's the worst. I can toss you, and then maybe you can pick one up, hopefully.
Yeah, I think I can. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
alright.
I got one.
So we're messing with the structure a little bit.
It looks pretty good. Alright,
Wait,
you
what
gotta
the
like do a weird aerial stall where you need to do it really early so you can pick it up.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
I call that rocks.
Hey, rocks.
Oh wait.
Wait. That's actually massive.
That's big, yeah.
The Randy structure that we made is actually huge.
Yeah, it's just random.
The next level has a part where we're supposed to split up and have one person on a button to create a light bridge. But if we split up, we can't get the other player to the teleporter to begin with. Instead, we'll take advantage of a theoretically infinite way to spread fire by having both players fall into the water, with one on fire and the other just extinguished. This could potentially give us as many bounces as we want, but with the way extinguishing works and sharply bounces the player, it's essentially random.
Yeah, if I set you on fire and then I go through, then you can just step on my drowning body and then run off and boost. That might work.
Did that save a drowning body if you set on fire?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Just hold forward.
Oh, yeah,
There we
yeah. We knew it would eventually work.
We get another obstacle on this level that perfectly showcases an issue with a multiplayer challenge. Both players have to play well. Dang it. In this case, we both need to bounce from the water onto the safe edge of the spiky platform twice. If either of us mess up these extremely precise jumps, it's back to square one. But I mean, come on, we're both gamers here, it might even be too easy for us, probably. At the end of the level, we can't get a frog on the rail to blast off of, but we can get a duck and a tiny head. 6-7 has a section with water, spikes, and cannons. Infinite Flame by itself won't get us past this, since we need to exit by the top that's much higher up than an extinguished bounce. So instead, we'll work from the top. To get to the clouds, Sam will bounce to the side of the spikes so I can spike him up with a Forceball. From there, we'll use Infinite Flame to walk on the other spike pillars. For Sam to reach the first one, I'll fall to my death to shoot an acid bubble, which will allow him to change the momentum of his air stall and land on the first set. This will allow him to pull me up there so I can throw him to the next one. To line up a blast, I guess I'll just die again, so my frog can live on and be used as a Forceball platform. Sam still needs a perfect angle to avoid the saws, but we were feeling pretty good about it.
I guess.
No, we're just hanging out anyway.
Yeah, we're just hanging out.
Yeah, I'm not stressed.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Oh,
he made it!
in. Let's go. Ah. Let's rank frog.
Alright,
think
you
it's
convinced me, it's time.
It's time for frog. I actually don't know where to put frog.
I probably put it in unreliable.
It's probably what I'm thinking as well. Definitely above C tier. It's like he's all right. He's a little platform.
Yeah, he's a
just...
platform, but like we can have one player set him up from a distance, which makes it like a lot more useful.
Yeah, he likes to explode though a lot, which isn't too fun. I don't
I
know
mean,
why
it
he does
helped.
that.
It helped once. Like,
That's true. He did.
that's
He
a
did explode
liability all other times.
once. Yeah, it's like he'd be so good if he didn't explode, because then you would just walk. I mean, he's definitely better than the dart, because he's
Yeah.
a moving platform. No, yeah, he's all right. He's a little guy. He's got a
Yeah.
hat and a cane, which is cool.
Oh, I like the bow tie too. Yeah.
I mean, he'd be cooler with like a regular tie, but bow tie's all right.
That's not true, but okay.
All right, whatever.
You know what? Fine.
Fair enough.
The end of the level has a weird saw trap that is not only deadly, it also messes with respawn points by preventing them if a saw is on the block you're about to respawn on, and instead sends you further back. But eventually we were able to properly time setting a checkpoint near the exit and have Sam block the saw with the paper airplane, since these act as small platforms, which gives us just enough room for both of us to spawn over here and be thrown to the goal. 6-9 has a very nice section where we have to move 3 blocks around to get a boulder up to a button. Moving 3 of these in a confined space is just so convoluted and tedious, but being able to bop a player holding a block allows us to slowly make a staircase and get to the button. The end has a high ceiling we need to get all the way up, but at first there don't seem to be any good forceball angles. That is, until the annoying robot that nobody likes actually helps us. I can bait him into attacking by bouncing off of the lava block near him, which will have him destroy a bomb block in our way. Once Sam's up there, he'll always shoot, so I'll be able to forceball to get on top of him. Unfortunately, there's no forceball angle here, so we'll have to fall onto the bomb block and have Sam bop me onto the lava block to reach the exit. Thanks, robot. Actually, he's still stupid.
How's that?
Do you just not go as high? What's going on? No, he shot me.
Oh, what? He sniped you.
I don't know how he did that.
At the start of the second finale for Chapter 6, we need to both get on the railing. Throwing only gets one of us there, and any setups that take too long will have the robot shoot us. But we can actually take advantage of the robot's attack once again by forceballing off of it. This will shoot Sam to the left since Ice changes Forceball to move the user horizontally instead of vertically. This is because I don't know why. Sam probably mentions it in his video though. I'll have to be as low and close to the spikes as possible for Sam to land on me while he's locked into a flinching animation. We'll climb all the way up and have Sam walk off of me to just miss hitting the spikes and allow me to respawn on the safe block. Later, Sam needs to do a precise landing from a forceball into a lava block so he's on the side of the spikes. This lets me land on top of him so he can bop me and set me on fire on the way down so I can bounce off of the water and into the worst part of the level. The key is hidden behind a bomb block wall, and a robot prevents us from using any easy setup to get there. I'll try to throw Sam while the robot isn't standing next to me so he can trigger it, and eventually everything lines up.
I'm gonna look at the picture.
I see the picture.
Look
It's
at that
so tiny
picture.
and pixelated though. There's a boat. I see a boat.
Oh no! If you squint, you can see the boat.
Oh no. That's not good.
That's not
not
good.
good.
Oh,
The
oh,
exit's-
wait, no,
Wait,
it's
no,
this
this is the
one.
one we
Oh,
skipped.
it's
This is
this
the one
one.
we skipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, blast me.
Yeah. Yeah, boomerang, go. Go, boomerang. I'll just be standing on the exit.
What are we gonna? Oh no!
Speed
what are we gonna do
run!
about this one? Oh,
Oh, we
no.
did it!
Oh,
We
man.
did it! We beat the
Such a good
game!
level.
Maybe this is why people hate Hattie. He's a dirty, dirty cheater.
Oh no, not the boat.
Boomerang time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There. Yeah,
I would
actually
say
kind of a
full
weird one.
unreliable, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
I
he's
think-
like, he's good for one thing, and that's it.
Yeah, because it gets gems, which is pretty useful when you can't get to them yourself.
Yeah. And there's like a surprising number of things you can do to the boomerang to make it go where you want it to go. You can blast it, you can fan it, you can do so many. You can bounce it off walls.
Yeah, it's
Do
pretty
so many
crazy.
shots.
It's a really cool
Definitely.
item, but it only really comes up in like very specific levels.
No, yeah, it's super duper level based. You're not gonna trash at movement. It doesn't go any like you're not going anywhere with it. But
It's cool.
definitely good in the niche situations where it's good.
Yeah.
The boomerang has had some niche and mostly unnecessary uses throughout the challenge, but Chapter 7 is where it shines. We haven't needed it yet, since all it does is collect gems, which haven't required us to go out of our way for so far. But starting from Chapter 7, these are in much harder or otherwise impossible to reach places without jumping. In fact, many levels in this chapter have the exit right next to where you start, where the only issue is collecting at least 3 gems to open it. 7-3 has a high wall that's too cramped to blast over. Will instead have me Forceball and land on Sam's acid bubble to change my momentum midair, and allow for an air stall to just make it to the gap. After that, we need to cross a large section of water, so firewalking it is. Only this time for longer and with cannons that can actually kill us. This might not seem too bad at first, but it is a precise trick that 2 people have to be in sync for, and the cannons can cause panic or ruin our consistent walk speed, causing us to die or lose fire and then die. We only get a short window of time to move after a cannon shot since our hitbox is essentially twice as big while doing this. To make matters worse, the final cannon shot is in the worst spot possible. Landing on the platform we usually have to walk slowly through. Thankfully, the player on top can use weapons, so I'll get rid of the bomb blocks right before the cannon shot lands to open up the path before the next one can hit us. 7-4 has an exit near the start and multiple split paths with 4 gems looking like they might be possible to get with boomerang strats. The closest one just needs us to throw the boomerang while falling to collect it. The second one is in a weird spot, so a Forceball at the perfect angle will work instead. For the final gem, we need to be careful since if we both stand on the blocks near it, both of our respawn points will be set down there with no way to get back up. A boomerang won't reach the gem down here normally, but by using a frog for a little extra distance, it can just make it and not collect it? Turns out, the boomerang can't pick things up if the player who threw it dies before it reaches the collectible for some reason, so we've only got one other possible gem to collect. I can blast Sam up to the light bridge as soon as the laser isn't shooting, so he can make it to the wall and Forceball off of it, aiming to land on the side of the spikes. By timing his ring, it can bounce off the wall twice to gain enough height to collect the final gem. As our reward, we get to set up a firewalk again to reach the exit. 7-6 has a gem so high up, we use a Forceball into an additional Forceball to reach it and cheese yet another level. 7-8 starts with a section where we're supposed to ride pigs across water. We can't even firewalk since there's a laser that you're supposed to avoid by jumping to the rail on the ceiling. Pigs can block the laser but move by themselves constantly. I'll stay at the start to keep calling one of the pigs to trap him in a spot where he always blocks the laser, and send out frogs to Sam so he can use the boost of the explosion to dismount the pig.
Oh shoot!
I should have done that. It's so funny though.
If done correctly, Sam will reach the next respawn point. Then we've got a super annoying block puzzle where it takes a million years to move a single block, and we have to be careful to not soft lock ourselves.
No.
A grenade does not go high at all.
Okay, maybe it actually is time for a secret frog tech. Whoops.
Technology. What if it just goes the other direction?
That's a good tech.
What if it approaches from the other side? Oh, here he comes.
Oh, let me make sure he's not. What? No!
I have that.
Was that your plan?
Yeah.
Was that your plan?
My plan is
I quit!
But eventually we make our way out.
for some reason.
Okay, keep
What if you
holding it,
blast
and I'm.
yourself?
Oh yeah, I'll try blast.
Or blast from in the other direction, maybe. Oh,
Oh,
wait, I was
wait.
able to push more a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
think
no.
I'm more on the block.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, yeah, just walk back and forth, I guess. No, that's not working.
I'm
Blast?
safe
I think just
now,
blast.
so yeah, I can blast.
Okay, and then I can get.
Oh my
you.
god, we're out. We're out.
We're out of there.
Oh
Oh my
my
goodness.
god.
Wait, but how do we get the head out?
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh wow. Oh no, you
No,
can't
not
get
on my
the.
watch.
Oh, that's
Getting-
too bad. Oh
Oh,
no.
no,
Oh, you can't get the
no.
hat out? Oh
Alright, fine,
man.
goodbye, hat.
We can bring a block over to get past the next section and land on an acid bubble from a throw to make it to the end. But now we have to go all the way back. We can finally use knockback from self-destructing to give Sam a boost while I'm locked into a gliding animation so he can pull me up and get back to the starting area. With water. And lasers coming from the right side now. And pigs that love jumping so much that they want us dead. At first, it seems like there isn't an angle to have the pig trapped so he can stop the laser by a player calling for him. But if one person is standing on top of him with the other pig, it will interrupt his jump and force him in there. Unfortunately, this time land is literally a single block higher, so we can't use the same frog strategy. After some testing, we found that we could trap the pig with a paper airplane so he can't get out and will always block the laser. This gives us enough time for one player to ride a pig and the other walk on top of the player riding the pig, but quickly run into an issue where a block is a little too low, preventing the top player from moving further. We can fix this by coordinating so the player on top does a slide as the bottom player moves forward. Do that one more time, and I guess we're here with the pig now, so that's pretty cool. Definitely, you should like the video because of that. It's a pretty cool pig spot, so... Unfortunately, Forceball comes out too low to hit the wall on the right, so it's back to our favorite strategy. As long as the pig is in the pen, we've got all the time we need to firewalk to the other side and finally beat the level. 8-5 starts easily with some simple platforming using fire to get us both through a teleporter, and a paper airplane as a platform to avoid spikes. To get a little bit of extra distance, we can use each other's corpses before they despawn after getting impaled, to safely walk on into the lava block and next area. We can make it up to the clouds by having Sam throw me over the saw blades and stall the conveyor belt by sliding so he can respawn and forceball me after I bounce off of a lava block. The problem is that once we're here, there's nothing we can do. We'd need a way to survive the spikes to the right with us both over there for a blast. But we can't both be over there, since someone needs to be standing on the button to make the black caution blocks that would otherwise close the path disappear. We'll need help from someone earlier in the level. Or should I say some pig earlier in the level. To get to the pig, we need to free him by pressing this button. I can stand above Sam and use an acid bubble, so he can time his forceball to land him on top of it and bounce into the ice and on the button. Now we need to get the pig through the teleporter, but a bop just barely isn't enough height to get him over the wall. Instead, I need to turn the light bridge on for Sam and the pig to make it into the teleporter. The downside is now we're separated and Sam can't set a new respawn point while stuck on the pig, meaning I need to make it to the teleporter alone somehow.
Why can't you set checkpoints on pigs?
Yeah, that's a great question. That only makes sense in the context of this conversation.
I I need to use the ultimate technique, but weirder since paper airplanes fall through clouds for some reason. I can kick it before it falls through so that it lands on my head, then start detonating it and move to the left so it explodes far enough away not to kill me, but close enough to launch me above the ice block. I hold left so I don't fall off of the slippery ice and make it back to the wall. A Forceball and air stall will get me to the teleporter so we can regroup. Now we need to get past the caution blocks together, since again, Sam can't set respawn points while on the pig. The pig can jump into the spikes above Sam to kill him though, so we can both get through. Next, we need to get the pig all the way up to the cloud, which the lava block alone doesn't reach. A Forceball will only affect the player, so we'll have to get creative. Both players will be required to get over the lava block for this to work. The pig can easily walk there, but the other player will need to get past the spike wall alone. I can walk on a frog, except they explode late enough to always kill me. But if I throw it out while falling to cause the detonation to happen a little earlier, I can get far enough away to survive. You can't bop while in the air, so Sam needs to get the pig stuck in the wall, which luckily is what the pig naturally wants to do. Then I can put a dart just below him so I can stand on it and bop him to the next area. Now we just need to find a way to make this pig fly up to the cloud somehow.
Alright, it's my turn on the pig.
But you just had a turn on the pig.
It's my... No, wait a minute. How do I do this?
That's what I think about people who hog the pig. He's a pig, not a hog. Okay.
Alright, you can take the pig.
I don't actually care, but it's funny, so.
Forceball doesn't move him, but he can bounce off of an acid bubble. We tried finding an angle where one player bops it before hitting the saw blade, and the other player lands the pig on an acid bubble. However, the angle doesn't line up. While experimenting with different weapons, we discovered that ducking before bopping the pig will push him a little bit further up than usual. Not only that, a player can stand on top of a paper airplane on top of a saw blade safely. Now it's just a matter of combining these two mechanics. The saw blade this will work on is the closer one to us, so Sam will throw out a paper airplane, and I'll sacrifice myself to kick it, since Sam dying would automatically detonate it. I need to get on top of it, so Sam will kick me with the pig. But even with the super bop, they can't make it over the clouds. We can get Sam stuck in the wall here, so we tried some more poison bubble angles, but we're still painfully just a little too far away. We have one last idea to get up there. We can take advantage of the large hitbox of Sam and the pig and aim for the lava block, and it actually works. Now I just need to forceball Sam off of the pig so he can set a respawn point for me, which finally lets all three of us be up there. To get past the spike and laser section, we'll both need to be on infinite fire and have the pig on the button to get rid of the caution blocks. After minutes of getting the trick to work on both of us, we finally get to the spikes and blast out of there. Do I even need to talk about the rest of the level at this point? 8-6 gives us a nice breather by having 3 gems nearby the exit at the start. We'll have to employ a new strategy of spiking Sam into a gem, with the other 2 being simple to collect. The start of the next level is the perfect place to introduce BattleBlock Theater's most interesting unintended mechanic: host and client differences. The host is the person, hosting the game. The client is the person joining the host's game. For this challenge, Sam is the host and I'm the client. The differences aren't usually a big deal, and most likely only ended a couple friendships due to ignorance of its existence. The main host-client difference is that the host can perform more precise tricks and more consistently due to less latency. But there are some things that are only possible by a specific role. The host can Forceball off of a conveyor belt. No matter, the client is straight up immune to fire sometimes. Which would be a lot cooler if it wasn't actively bad for us, but still. They can also make light bridges disappear while in the animation for self-destructing, and can simply cancel it before exploding. This actually comes into play on this level, since it lets me stay on the block that spawns the light bridge without falling down, so I can put it back up as soon as Sam Forceballs up here. This elevation has no respawn points, and I'll be able to stay on the bridge so Sam can Forceball to the next area. That may seem cool, but it's nowhere near as cool as the client's final exclusive power. Sometimes they just die when picking up rocks. Yeah, it's pretty weird. 8-8 has us use a pretty big strategy.
Okay, and then
So yeah, you can just bomb me, yeah.
and
Bye.
then you kill me, and then you betray me.
And then you kill me? BattleBlock
know.
Theater, but barely Alec kills me?
No.
After that, we've got a firewalking section, but have to exit from a higher distance than the water will bounce us. We'll have to Forceball off of a bomb block, making sure to be right next to it for the correct angle, and wait for the caution block to disappear to get all the way up safely. For me, at least. At the start of 8-9, we'll both bounce off the water with fire, and I'll rekindle Sam so he can fire throw me into further water, so I can bounce again to land. Then we've got fans sliding us back on ice very quickly. To combat this, I suggested we use the ice cannon since it prevents fans from blowing us back while we're frozen.
Maybe?
Maybe? Try to... Let's just... Here, I'll switch to ice too. And just... Yo, this is big though. This is why I believed.
This is why you believed all that time.
Yeah, when no one else did. All two of us here, out of the two of us. One
two
believe.
of us, only one.
Oh, it doesn't even
believe.
block. Okay, if I like ice you, duck right
I'm
here.
iced up, and I can. Oh, we can both go.
We
up.
can both go over here and then kick. I don't know. Then what? Oh, wait. Okay,
Because
that could
you
work.
blocked
If
me.
I land on the.
If we're both iced up.
Okay,
never mind.
yeah, let's try that again. But we finally found the ices. I love it. I'm a big fan.
Sure.
I'm a big
You're a
fan.
big-
What? No!
Fine.
Turn that back on right now! Turn that back on right now!
Fine.
No, yeah. Alright, so ice, I'm putting a little bit up here, so I just want to hear your thoughts.
Alright, I do have a couple.
Okay, let's hear them.
First off, I'm seeing ice right next to that fire. Ice is actually the antithesis of fire, which at least bumps it down a tier.
Okay. Well, okay, so it's pretty alright,
So-
okay.
You see, you say that.
Okay, so you're just saying this just because it has no uses in the challenge whatsoever.
I'm saying like yeah, alright. We fan, the dart, they're not the greatest weapons in the game, but like then you also look at the fan, which is in bottom tier.
Okay.
And like the fan we actually used in a different game, it
Okay.
might be good. But if we're talking about BattleBlock Theater, in its current state, in the current weapons meta, ice is trash. and
Alright, we'll wait
garbage
for
and
the
should not be
update
used.
then.
Yeah, we'll wait for the BattleBlock DLC, where they come out with only levels that have fans.
Yes.
Uh,
Alright, so it could potentially be reliable in another game. I'll take it.
yeah,
I'll take it.
I'm saying this is a BattleBlock Theater jumpless tier list, in which it's garbage. In which
You,
it has
you raise
no
good
uses.
points.
And we've made it to the final level of the game, which is actually pretty easy. We need to firewalk at the start, which usually has the weakness of taking a while to set up, but since it's the first thing we do, we can just reset if it takes more than 30 seconds. Once I'm on fire, Sam throws me into the wall, and I air stall so I can land on top of him. Then we just blast all the way to the top. From there, it's a simple throw onto the side of spikes, so Sam can give me an acid bubble to bounce and air stall off of and into the exit. We finally saved Hattie, but our true goal is beating every level, so we've got to go back to some that we skipped with the knowledge of all our new tricks. 1-5 is just firewalking. 3-7 had the long water section, which is mostly solved by firewalking. There are still a couple of scary parts, like the heckin' robot, which we have to kill with discs, and have Sam sacrifice himself to block its attack, so I don't lose infinite flame. There's a laser block in the middle of the water that looks a lot scarier than it is, since Sam can just bop me up, and it somehow just works out for us.
So we got these three stooges.
I'm just gonna say what we're all thinking. They all exist, but to different degrees, right?
No, yeah, that's true. I'd say this bouncy ball probably exists the most.
I
out of
think
the
so
three.
too. Someone who didn't like ice might even make an argument that it's better than ice, but
I mean,
personally I wouldn't, but okay. It bounces, it can break bomb blocks, it can
push buttons
on fans, which comes up once, so I mean that was the highlight for the ball.
There's not a lot to talk about with the ball.
And then the grenade and the disc, they're both only good for killing enemies. The grenade arcs out when you throw it, so we use that sometimes to like kill enemies that were like below us or like just above us. The disc, we used it like to kill a robot that was in front of us once. So I think grenade was generally more useful.
Yeah, I think grenade we occasionally used to like kill cats.
Mhm.
And then there was like one big moment where we needed it to like stun a robot. And then disc I think only had the one robot moment. I think this is pretty good. Well, I think we can maybe.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can
maybe
be
order
a hater,
it like
I
this
guess.
a little. Like maybe order
trying
it like
to
that a
sneak
little
that
bit.
one by, but okay.
Like just a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe do like one of these.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I could see that.
I'm thinking that guy's a little cooler.
Just because it had no use. I guess you could argue ice doesn't even exist, but I'm not gonna make that argument.
Yeah, wait a second. Hold on.
Wait, what? No.
That's a good point.
What? No. Where did it go?
I think this is a pretty good tier list, actually.
Alright, yeah, it's pretty good, but I'd say probably... I got an idea. What do you think?
Wait, no, wait, where's this? No!
What are we thinking?
I'm actually not thinking right now. Poison Bubble and Boomerang are gone.
That's
and
okay,
so is
we got
Darts.
ice now.
I just don't think I would agree with the placement.
Yeah, maybe like... up here, so let's put it...
It kind of looks like it doesn't exist anymore, which is yeah, it's
yeah,
like, I guess
that's a pretty
little,
good point.
It's like a little bit of a
we'll just
compromise.
cover
No,
everything.
I think it goes like right here. I'll keep its size.
Is that on the it exists tier now?
No, yeah, it exists.
Yes.
Like it's just pretty big is the thing.
Yeah, because it's kind of a major strategy for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would. Yeah, I'll agree.
You're just like, it's not worth fighting.
Yeah, I think we've reached the middle ground.
Stop and like realize.
Then it's time for the true finale of the video. Finale 1, Chapter 1. It's just firewalking.
You know, maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
What, friends? No,
What?
don't talk to me again.
So stupid. As soon as I said it.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Sample's video on this challenge if you want to see even more crazy tricks that I didn't mention in this video. And thanks Sam for doing this with me. It was a ton of fun constantly building on each other's ideas and figuring everything out. We also stream together with Chicken Ninja sometimes, so check those out if you want to see more of our collabs.